Hi guys, it's Joe. This is my 10th week recording vlogs with my military transition. The goal for this vlog is just every week I would record something regarding my military transition. It's really turned into something more like what have I been doing? A lot of it has been just going through the steps that I need to do, that the military has said, like, you need to do these things before you retire or transition out of the military. So I've been doing that. Um, this week, though, has been our first week. It's not been a full week of work, but it's been our week back to work since our holiday schedule. But like I said last week, the fourth for me was a day, and that's when I attended my last tap class. So my last tap class. So there's 5 tap classes, like I said, and this was the last one that I needed to do, and now I'm all done with the tap classes. The class that I took is this one right here, VA Benefits and Services. This one-day course was basically a one-day crash course on almost everything that the Veterans Administration has. Almost everything that the Veterans Administration has for veterans, you know, when you get out. So there's all these different things that you can do. You can go to the va.gov website, and there's different benefits, healthcare, disability, education, records. So if you want to use the VA healthcare system, or you want to use your GI Bill, or if you have a disability, anyways, you go here and everything they have. But these are all the areas. All this right here is what I was briefed on over a course of a day. It was really interesting. The instructor was really good. He definitely didn't follow the slides on the course. He did it his own way. So that was that day. It was pretty good. I sat next to one of my airmen. She is 1 to 2 years out. She hasn't actually fully decided on what she wanted to do. We were supposed to get out together in October, but she's probably going to pursue an officer track. So in order to do that, she'll have to extend for a year, and then we'll see what happens with that, I guess. I had some movement in Skillbridge. So because I finished that last tap class, it gave me the opportunity to go ahead and push forward for Skillbridge. So with Skillbridge, that's the program where at 100 days out before you get out of the military, you can take some type of educational program that's supposed to prepare you better for jobs after the military. Skillbridge, I can't do it until I meet the tap requirements, and my tap counselor says I've done them all. So I've done that, and now I'm pushing forward with my Skillbridge application. I filled out all the information about the program I'm going to apply for. I'm applying for hiring our heroes right here. I'm going to try to do a corporate fellowship program through them. And apparently this area here has a very good selection of companies to choose from that you can apply to. And so my application's going, it just started it. So it's going to my supervisor. Then after that, it goes to my commander. And then after that, I think it goes back to the Air Force Education Center, AFVAC, Air Force Virtual Education Center. So the education office on our base manages that. So once all that's done, then I'll be able to then it says I'm approved for training. So while that was happening on Thursday, I actually got to attend the Hiring Our Heroes orientation. It was about 2 hours long, and I got to meet the local Hiring Our Heroes representative. He switched scenes here, and he runs the Skillbridge program for here at Joint Base Lewis McChord. At least he's the main POC. So I've corresponded with him and talked to him through the orientation. And on the orientation, there were spouses also, because Hiring Our Heroes also offers spouses programs, and they try to get a corporate fellowship for military spouses also. That is going to happen soon. As soon as Skillbridge starts, there's another everything's like lining up like around the same time. So around the same time that I was getting notified to push my application for Skillbridge, I saw on LinkedIn a post for shift.org, and shift.org has they have a career accelerator that is a 4-week program, and I think it's what the one I'm going to do is actually like how to make the most out of your Skillbridge experience. I applied and I got accepted to the next course, so that's good because I thought maybe it'd be too late to apply since it starts next week. Here it is, preparing for Skillbridge success. So it's gonna be 60 to 90 minutes in the evening to accommodate my daily work schedule, and it's a 4-week program, and I think it's once to twice a week. So there's that. So I'm gonna be busy in the evenings. I don't know when. I think, oh, here it is, January 19th to February 11th. The Hiring Our Heroes starts March 3rd, and then that's when I go through the program and they start trying to match you up with the company, and then you have to do interviews and stuff. And then if you get accepted, the actual fellowship program starts on May 23rd or May 3rd. Anyways, it starts in May and it runs through July. So I'll still have time to sit and prepare. Oh, also this week, just to interrupt the flow of all these different transition things I'm doing, I've been playing around in Microsoft SharePoint. There's a feature where you can automate things called Power Automate, where you can create a flow. A flow, in this case, is you want something to happen based on some conditions. So we have these slides that we update every week, and I wanted to automatically back them up after a certain date and time, like every Wednesday at midnight or something like that. So I was playing around with it, and I had staff meetings. So I had this thing going. Instead of copying slides every week, it was copying every 5 minutes, and I forgot about it. So when I when I came back to my desk, my archive folder here, so it's supposed to copy these slides and push it into this folder here, and then make a copy of it. And then as it made a copy of it, it just changed the file name. It just incremented the file name by adding a number to it. So like 1, 2, or not 1, I guess 2, 3, 4, 5. But when I came back, this thing was like full. It was like so much. I was like, oh no. So I had to go back and stop my flow. But I'm trying to learn about it. This is all new for most of us in the Air Force, because this environment here is part of the Office 365 environment, and right now the platform we're using at work is SharePoint 2013. So I'm trying to get smart on it, because I have to make sure that the people like my NCOs and airmen that work for me know how to do it too, because asking them to go and sit and do it or to learn about it is one thing, but they don't have much experience like I do. They've all been in the Air Force for like less than, like, I guess for most of them, less than 6 years. On the average is like 3 years. So it's my job to train them. And so I'm going to train them on some stuff. Towards the end of the week, I signed up for a Veterans to Industry event. Vets to Industry, and this was my first time attending this event. So what it is, it's like a super big Zoom call of veterans that want to learn how to transition and connect with people in the industry. And it was really cool because it was like if you were to go and attend, I guess, career fair. So it opened up with the introduction speaker, and in this case it was Mr. Brian Arrington, who started this Vets to Industry not too long ago. Probably about less than 2 years ago, and now there's like over 60. I think he said there's over 60,000 people that are using it. And then after he gives the introduction, there's a keynote speaker that comes and talks. And the one that came, she's a former command chief in the Air Force, and she was like really good. She talked for about 20 minutes, but she stuck around and chatted up with us on the side as well. So that was really cool. Then just like you would probably find in career fairs or something like that, we had breakout sessions. So you had to fill out all this information ahead of time, and based on what you put in on your inputs, they made these breakout rooms, and then you broke out into these. I had no idea that Zoom did this, but Zoom actually has rooms so you can break people out into, and when it was time, we all went from the big Zoom meeting, which was like 9 full pages, several hundred people, and then it broke down into a smaller room, and that was our breakout session with like I think 6 of us. So there was a moderator there, and then there was other people who had the same interest. The room that I was put into was human resources, and the only thing I can think of is that I checked that box, and I have some human resources skills, but that's not what I want to do. And I think in the entire room, I think besides the moderator, there was probably one other person that was human resources. There was the other 4 of us were all just different things. So it was kind of weird. No one started talking, so I asked the question, "Hey Ed, tell me about your experience and what advice do you have to give to those of us who are like on our way out?" And then I think I ruined it for everyone else, because of course that meant he was telling his story, and I sat there and listened, and so I felt like he was telling his story, but he was answering my questions, and no one else had any input. Is there anything that switch camera scenes? Is there anything that you're curious about like what I'm going through? I know Rennie and I have been talking about places to live and to work, and there's pros and cons for every place. Although her heart is set in one certain area, and my heart is spread equally across 3 different areas. So I think I'm going to look for jobs in all these areas that I want to go to anyways, because I don't want to be like so specific that I'm not willing to move, and I want to make sure that the job, the career, or the job that I'm looking for is available. One thing I was looking at was government jobs, and although there are a lot of them, the job board usajobs.gov like fluctuates all the time, so you always have to stay on top of it. And I'm trying to find like what is the sweet spot for if I wanted to get a government job. Like, what is the sweet spot to apply for a government job? Because I know I can apply while I'm still active duty military, and I have to be on the way out. I know that it takes a while to go through the hiring process, and I know that if you make it through all that, then I know that it takes a long while again before you get a job. My friend Brian just went through that, and I think over the past couple months, he's just been sitting around waiting, but he finally got hired. Should have taken that long? Probably not, but it's the government, so things take a little bit longer to go through their paces and stuff too. Anyways, this is week 10 of the Joe Show. I don't have anything more to say, really. I just wanted to give a quick update. 21 minutes into this video. I'm probably going to edit this out and probably try to get it down to half if I can. Okay. Let me see. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah. If you're watching this and you made it all the way to the end, I am so sorry, bro. Like, I got your email, but I got so slammed at work because it's our EPRs, enlisted performance reports, and I have like 7 of them to write, and they were due like several weeks ago, and I've been like busting my butt getting through that, and I know that your email was like 3 sentences long, and I could have just said, yeah, I'm good, or no, I could use a little help, but man, I'm telling you, I will answer your email. I'll probably do that like as soon as I'm done editing this video. I'm gonna go and send you a response. So for those of you that don't know, Patrick is my USO Pathfinder. Okay, Patrick is a USO Pathfinder transition specialist, and he's the one who's been assigned to me. He gave me he loaded me up with some online learning through Percipio, and I took a look at it briefly, but I don't know if I can do it on the computer. It's on my phone, and if I'm not really like into just using my phone to sit there. Like I'm very like studious and academic when it comes to learning. So I want to make sure like I have a big screen, and I have actually I have 3 screens around me, but I want to make sure that I can take notes and highlight things and take screenshots and stuff like that too. I understand that the training is a lot of video training too, but at the same time, I've been doing a lot of that stuff like through other avenues, like through Udemy or through Skillsoft, e-learning. What is it called? Air Force IT e-learning. Anyways, I've been digging into other resources because I've had them for a while and I'm very familiar with their platforms. So I signed up for Percipio through the USO, and it looks really cool. I just think like using it is just, it's not new stuff to me. A lot of the content is the same content that I'm looking up already. So Patrick, I'm sorry, bro. I will I'll email you because you said just a short check-in this month, and that was a week ago. So I will email you and let you know what I think about it. Not what I think about it, but whether or not I've been using it. But if you watch this video before you read your email, then you know. Okay? Anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. Let me know if you want to hear anything else. Like if you want to hear about like how my day's been, how my week's been, like Joe stuff. If you want to hear family stuff, if you want to hear weather stuff, because I think we get like 6 days of overcast and 1 day of sun, maybe 2 days this past week. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next week. All right, have a good one. Bye.